A savanna as old as time. The Maasai call this the Serengeti, the never-ending savanna. The great migration of the wildebeests, unfaltering through the ages. Only those who crossed have survived, and those here today are a descendant of the survivors. In the Serengeti, a love more dear than first love can flower. Does fate not make lovers gaze upon each other? The youthful, innocent days we can only look back at. Those days lost, perhaps we can meet them again here. A father, a bit clumsy in expressing his affection. A mother who knows only her children, although overwhelmed with work. My brothers and sisters, I miss them dearly. The last paradise on earth, the Serengeti. But this precious land is under threat. Heavy rain floods the plains in the dry season. Whereas the scorching heat covers the plains in the rainy season. What is behind these events? Will the wildlife of the Serengeti persevere against a cruel, merciless destroyer? The prairie is empty. The grass, the water, the wind, everything has been parched. Even the wildebeests have long departed. One month ago, Mother Kali gave birth to cubs alone, in a crevice between rocks. Born in the middle of the dry season, Upepo and Maui are first experiencing the outer world today. The savanna in the dry season is a dangerous place. The hyenas target the cubs relentlessly, and food is rare and insufficient. Where might the family be? Without them, she cannot protect her cubs alone. Having not eaten for a month, she is struggling to produce milk for her children. The cubs, due to malnutrition, are already beginning to lose their fur. She must hurry. The uncles are in sight. She carries Upepo and Maui next to Simba, their father. However, he doesn't show any affection towards his youngest sons, a bit like someone we all know. Four lions, 8 lionesses, and with their cubs they number over 20, twice more than most other prides. Fortunately, the cubs are able to fit in well, but the pressing concern remains, as they all grow hungry in the dry season. The dusty whirlwind continues. The family are tiring from the prolonged starvation. Kali rises. She must have heard something, as lions have the ability to hear little things over 2 kilometers away. Warthogs. Not the prey they wished for, but in the dry season, they make do with what they're given. How are these pigs so fast? To hunt successfully, they must remain prone as the prey approaches, but the short grass in the dry season makes this difficult. Today, they suppress their hunger as they fill their stomachs with water. Morning dawns on the savanna. Upepo and Maui are the first to rise. They're busy playing, but their mother Kali's problem of feeding them remains. Suspicious weather is approaching. Though the rainy season is far from due, raindrops are falling on the scorched grass. Since the last few years, the weather of the Serengeti has become abnormal. Early morning, the lions feast on a hippo corpse they found. Against hunger, reputation, face, pride, nothing matters. However, Kali turns away. She is worried that old decaying food will produce bad milk for the cubs. But now, she can no longer provide her cubs with milk. Leaving the cubs with their father, she silently trudges toward the dead. She cannot watch her young suffer anymore. The brothers elder watch over Maui and Upepo. Returning, Kali lies on her back for Maue and Upepo to access their food. Worried that the milk has been tainted by the old meat, Kali watches over her children in case they become sick. Fortunately, the cubs appear to be unaffected. Maue and Upepo have found a new playground. They seem to be ignoring their mother's call. The boldest beings in the world are children. Kali can't keep her eyes off those two very curious cubs. She fears that they may fall into the mud pit, but the relentless children are having fun. She lifts Upepo out of the mud pit. Where has Maue ventured off to? It's Maue's turn to be rescued. Oh, not again. Upepo's running off again. Kali is angry from the endless hassle. It seems Upepo has caught on, as he now obediently follows his mother. Perhaps he knows he should be sorry. Papa Simba plays with the cubs instead of their angry mother. Reaching maturity, adult lions must defeat other males to rule the pride or become an outcast. But it's too early to worry. Today, Simba is the leader, and the cubs are still very young. In the savanna, every creature moves relentlessly. The herbivores travel in search of grass and water, and the carnivores follows their tail. The rain greets the Serengeti. The world glows green and tranquility covers the plains. Except for Moto. Male cheetahs live alone. Solitude, their sole family and companion. In this endless plains, he must rely on nothing but himself. That is the life of a cheetah. The Kopi, a rocky hill, is Moto's home. Although the lions frequently visit, it provides the optimal lookout for selecting his next meal. Luck seems to be on his side today. Suddenly, Moto rises and sprints towards the savanna. A pretty female cheetah, Nyota. Nyota is uneasy of the stranger, but Moto has fallen in love at first sight. Inconspicuously, Moto approaches Nyota. Nyota doesn't seem to like Moto recklessly advancing towards her. He can't take his eyes off her. Sensing herself to be taken so cheaply, Nyota snaps at him. Nyota is unaffected by Moto's advances. leaving his heart wounded. But he has eyes on Nyota and will not renounce his love. He will always be by her side. But why is he so sleepy? What? How? Waking up from the brief nap under the warm sunshine, Nyota has disappeared. He feels ashamed by his lack of resolve. Rain is pouring down the Serengeti. Where might Nyota be? Moto grows more desperate. He must track her down before her scent is washed away by the falling rain. Luckily, she hasn't gone too far. To track her fading scent in such a heavy rain, a truly devoted man. Nyota slowly opens up to Moto. Now Moto is no longer alone. He has found someone to love and be loved by, someone to share his meals with, to have someone who is yours. So this was how it feels like. Moto feels like he has everything he could ask for. Does fate not make lovers gaze upon each other? Moto and Nyota will become friends, lovers, and family. Even Nyota lies down beside him, despite her initial shyness. This will be their first night. Love is in the air as the rain pours down in the rainy season. Even Moto and Nyota enjoy their honeymoon. Experiencing the first rain in his life, he is mesmerized. When the rain stops, fresh grass will grow on the dampened soil, attracting herbivores. The season of fertility is surfacing. It's only a matter of time. As morning comes, Nyota is nowhere to be seen. Has it all been a dream? No, her scent still remains. Moto scouts for her scent, but none of them are hers. Has she lost her way? Moto leaves markings to help Nyota to find him. Where could Nyota be? Has she left for that reason? Moto grows more anxious. Moto hasn't found Nyota, but raindrops are falling, washing not only Nyota's traces, but Moto's markings as well. If the scent disappears, the two might never see each other again. Where is Nyota? Would she know that Moto is anxiously searching for her? After the rain, the acacia forest thrives with life. Nyota nears to the acacia tree forest. She doesn't seem to be very well. She's pregnant with Moto's cubs. For several days now, Moto has searched for Nyota. The cheetah, the most vibrant of the carnivores, can average 40 kilometers per day. As Moto had solely searched for Nyota and hadn't hunted, it is likely that he has walked further. Nyota's scent hasn't been tracked yet, and the savanna is endless. Today, without exception, Moto focuses on finding Nyota. Could he see her if he climbed higher? Is that? Moto sprints. His heart pounding. At last, he has found Nyota. The face he longed to see, Nyota's, rejects him dispassionately. To depart from the male when she's pregnant, and to depart from her children when they're adults. That is the life of a female cheetah. This is the laws of the Serengeti handed down from generations above. Moto's presumption was right. However much he pleads, Nyota's intention is very clear. Moto can do nothing but sigh. At last, Moto stands up. He wants to do as Nyota wishes, leaving her behind. After Moto, Nyota too begins her voyage. It is difficult, but it must be done. Her pregnancy is as solemn as the lives she bears. Moto climbs to the highest kopi. He wants to see her for as long as he can. Nyota turns around once more. Farewell, Moto. She fades from his view, growing smaller and smaller as she walks away. Finally, the wildebeest herd has arrived. After several months of absence, 1 million wild beasts have returned from the north of the lake. New lives enter into the world of the endless plains. A newborn wild beast must learn to walk within 5 minutes, as their small, frail frames make them easy prey for the predators. The next generation begins in the Serengeti. Nyota has successfully birthed their children, hers and Moto's children. Nyota has made a home by a puddle. But there is a hyena's den in the neighboring area. Nyota hurries deep into a nearby bush. Hiding her babies from the hyenas. Herds of wildebeests and zebras dot the plains. Early morning, Mother Kali prepares to hunt. The children must hide themselves until she returns from the hunt. In the meadows, full of danger, an attack is unpredictable. Kali and their aunts advance towards the wildebeests. Today, their biggest brother is with them. The first stage of the hunt is to select the target carefully. To approach them unnoticed is the second stage. The third stage, there's only one chance. They cannot fail. Deeply affectionate for their family members, the lions share their meal with those who hadn't participated in the hunt. But for the large family, a single wildebeest is far from filling, especially for the adolescents. However much they eat, their pitless stomachs will always feel hungry. The lions cannot afford to lose the precious meat to the vultures. An elder brother pursues them and retrieves the remainder. One at a time, flowers dot the savanna. A plentiful season, everything is in abundance. Serengeti's rainy season has reached its peak. A concern has arisen in Upepo's family. It's Mawe. His throat has swelled, making breathing difficult, most likely from a snake bite. Mother Kali pities Mawe. She feels sorry that he was born in the dry season, the optimum time for malnutrition, which led to his now frail body. The swollen neck hindering his breath. Mawe can't even play as he wishes. The savanna has dried up again. The herbivores leave the parched land and journey in search of food and water. The wildebeests, having searched several months for water, have arrived at the Grumeti River. But predators are lurking in the river. The hungry crocodiles have been waiting for this moment all year long. Across the river lies the promised land filled with fresh grass, but crossing remains a challenge. Nyota has lost a lot of weight. Between taking care of and feeding 4 children by herself, she hasn't been able to eat properly. Besides, in the desolate lands, not a single shadow can be seen. Nyota hides her children behind the bushes. It seems she's found a prey. She sprints forward, but for the rabbit too, this matter is life and death. Though cheetahs are the fastest animal, their hearts cannot bear to run more than 5 minutes. The prey must be caught within that time. how long it's been since she's eaten. And yet she scans the area, suppressing her hunger, whilst her children feast. What has she seen? Nyota exits the forest, leaving the children behind. A lion. Rivals over the same prey. If her cubs were found, they would be killed immediately. Nyota baits the lioness away from her cubs. Fortunately, the lioness turns, the cubs having escaped her notice. Nyota decides to move home. Today, she and her babies escape harm, but the lion needs to be lucky just once. The cheetahs always. Upepo's family have arrived at the Serengeti River, but the river is already visibly shallow. Everyone is exhausted. But the mother and aunts prepare for a hunt for the family. Mother Kali hides behind the bushes and waits quietly. But as Auntie suddenly leaps into the herd, the zebras all flee in fright. They should have waited for the right time, but greed has overwhelmed them. But they cannot repeat another fruitless day. They must catch whatever they can. Luckily, they have caught a gazelle. Because of the lack of food, a fight has broken out. As the dry season drags on, the atmosphere becomes more and more tense. Once noted for their inter-family bond, the hungry lions brawl over a single bite of food. Upepo's family have decided not to follow the disappeared wildebeests, but to follow the herd of buffalo. It is a tough, tiring journey, traveling at times 10 kilometers a day. Mawe's condition from the snakebite worsens. He's lost an eye, and fur is beginning to fall in some places. It is a result of the long, arduous journey with no end in sight. But for the other family member to survive, mourning must be left behind. They must move on. Maue falls farther and farther behind. If he cannot follow his family, he will starve. Kali glances back, but Maue can't be seen. It's painful to watch, but nothing can be done. They must continue for the rest of the family. Maue lays down on the coarse ground. The assurance of family and comfort of his mother distances further. Papa Simba glances at Maue's empty presence. After Maue's departure, Papa Simba also frequently falls behind. Upepo's family had felt the loss of young Maue together. Losing another would be too much to bear. After a week, they have located the buffalo herd. A buffalo weighing more than 1 ton looks like an impossible target. But the lions have no other choice but to catch it by any means. For a buffalo hunt, the lioness's strength are not enough. So today, the role of the young male is crucial. The hunt has begun. Mother Kali leads the prey towards the hiding family. In order to successfully take down the buffalo, they must paralyze it by attacking the spine. After a 30-minute struggle, the buffalo falls. In a world where to spare is to die, where only the strong survive, empathy is a luxury. Moto has traveled far away. The lake has dried completely, and no signs of life can be seen. Moto once again lives in solitude. He drinks alone, walks alone, just like before he met Nyota. It has been 6 months since they last met. And he doesn't even know of his 4 children. When Nyota got pregnant, she had said that it was her destiny that she had to leave, although he had left for her. He cannot move on that easily. He believes that one day fate will bring them together again. Even today, he calls Nyota's name. Upepo's family has found a new shelter in the kopi with a brilliant view. Now, the exhausting journey is over. Prey are littered in front of them. Since several years ago, the Serengeti is gradually growing warmer. Even the lions, the king of the savanna, are not able to endure such heat. As temperatures steadily rise, the lions become warier. Kali digs a hole in the mud and sticks her head inside to escape the heat. Although lions prefer cleanliness, they are left with no choice in this heat. In the rainy season, it should rain daily, but there has been no rain for a week. As a new morning dawns, Nyota and her children start an early day. It's the perfect weather for hunting. However, an unwelcome guest arrives. Nyota baits the lion away from the children. The children should be safe now. Oh dear, what is happening? The children are approaching the lion instead of hiding. They are the reinforcements to defend their mother. The children do not back off against the lion. Eventually, Nyota and her 4 children have driven the lion away. These children, they have truly matured, they have truly grown, and now protecting their own mother. However, this means that the time for independence grows near. Now, shall we begin the hunt? Nyota and the children begin to run, targeting a large wildebeest. The wildebeest is holding out with all it's got for its life, but the children are not about to give up. They are able to enjoy a plentiful meal thanks to the children. If Nyota had been alone, she may have lost it. That afternoon, dark clouds cover the sky, and darkness covers the plains. This sudden streak of rain seems abnormal. Though during the season, rain is frequent and heavy. Heavy rain at midday is uncommon. The Serengeti of today is different from the Serengeti of Nyota's days. Both dry and wet season, unrecognizable from the past, coupled with a reduction in prey, have created greater conflict with their competitors, the lions. The cheetahs, still younglings in Nyota's eyes, could she really send them away to the unfamiliar savanna? though the scorching heat has ended. Heavy rain pours down unexpectedly. Papa Simba is alone, separated from the rest. He has fallen behind due to injured leg. Upepo's family, in the past year, has traveled an astounding 240 kilometers. Simba understands that with his injured leg, he can no longer protect his family. He too had a prime. Once a handsome young sturdy lion, a happy father, protector of the family, guardian of the pride. Now, he has laid down everything for his family as he stands here alone. Simba's final farewell echoes deeply through the plains.